Howdy folks, it is January 31st, 2023. I hope our crew is keeping you well and safe wherever you are in the world. Please make sure to hit that like button as it does help with the algorithm. Hit the share button, share this across other platforms so you can let people know what's going on out in our solar system and the effects it can have here on our planet. Folks, today we're going to be talking about something that's been all over the news. I've kind of talked to you guys about this before, and it is this guy right here. It is Comet 96P. Mackles, I don't know how you want to say that, but anyways, it is a green comet. It is, some are calling it the green Kachina. Now, this thing is actually nearing the sun. We're actually going to take a look at that on LASCO C3, and we're also going to look at it on stereo here in just a moment. But this was taken by a backyard astronomer with a backyard telescope, nice 14-inch Celestron, and the orbit of it, it's actually coming up from underneath us. It's not coming in like on the same plane. It's actually coming up from underneath, but it's going to be coming around, bending around the sun, and it's actually going to be going by the Earth. It's going to be its closest approach to the Earth in 50,000 years, according to their AI algorithm, how they've got it circling around. So this is going to be a very close approach. It does come into our system regularly, but it's going to be the closest it's ever been to Earth really soon. Now, if you go and you look on, you can actually look it up, Comet 96P, and you'll come up with, Mackles. But anyways, this by the European Space Agency spacecraft, the space rock, it's 3.7 miles wide, or 6 kilometers, and is inside the orbit of Mercury by Sam Tonkin for Mail Online? Okay, whatever. So this thing is quite large. You can actually look it up. The mainstreams talk about, they're saying alien comet the size of Kilimanjaro grazing the sun. So I mean, it's pretty darn big. So why don't we go take a look at it? The first thing we're going to look at here is we're going to look at LASCO C3, which happens to be here in blue. But before we get right to it showing up on the satellite, look at these streams of light just shooting straight up like it's going past where it's supposed to be. Isn't that kind of awkward? That's pretty awkward, folks. But let us pray. Cheese and rice. So look at this. We've got a nice little what is this? I would say this is a UFO here, folks. He's got his little trail of la 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 la. Now you can't say it's a comet. You can't say it's a meteor because you're about to see what it looks like when one actually comes on screen. Look at all this action here. Quite interesting, folks. There's a lot of them. Now we're gonna have one more right here. See this guy right here? Oh, gosh dang it. There we go. See that? It almost looks like a triangle, but it's going this way. So this actually, there's a head on it, wings and a tail, and his little trail of la 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 come out behind him. But the other thing I want to take a notice at is this round object right here. Folks, this is on several of these different satellites, and I'm going to show them to you. See this nice round object, and it gets pushed off. Believe it or not, that's on stereo ed as well. But just to back out just a little bit, here's our comet coming into view right now. Now, this comet is moving. Now, check this out. It's moving at 50 kilometers per second. Okay, that's what, like 30 miles per second? That's pretty fast. Okay? And look at how long it stays in the camera for every 12 minutes. I mean, that's pretty good. So when you've got something like this, or this, or like these little UFOs that pop up, which is what I believe those to be, what do you suppose, how fast do you suppose those are going? I mean, if those are going at, oh, look at this, there's something else right here, nice and round. Nice and round, being pushed by plasma. Look at that. So if this thing's moving at about 30 kilometers per second, or 30 miles per second, how fast do you think these UFOs are moving? I mean, that's pretty quick. Now, the other thing, oh, look at that. Oh, Borg Cube's getting in on the action. Watch how this thing goes up and over. This is what's really interesting. It goes up and over. If you notice, it was coming in this way, like it was going to come around and do this thing, but it comes up and over. It's like, wait a minute, do what? Watch the trajectory. Look at that. Now, this is where it ends, is right here. It's coming up and over. So that's what tells me that it comes up from underneath us, not just along the equatorial plane. It's coming up and over, just like Nemesis does. So this is quite interesting, how it's coming up very rapidly as it gets to the equatorial plane, and then just goes whoop. Once it gets to this equatorial plane, it really skyrockets up to go up and over. Very interesting. Now, let's check it out on stereo ahead, corner graph 2. But first, oh, look at these three little friends right here. Hey guys, how you doing? So let's go ahead and move forward and get to where we need to be. I kind of had that there for a reason. Now look at this here. Do you see there's a round object here being kicked off the underside of the sun? This was from 2 days ago. It's from the 29th. What is that large round object? And it's solid, and it's being pushed. Oh, look, friends. And as we keep going, oh, look, friends. There's UFOs all over the place, folks. Now here, pretty soon we're going to have another eruption here. Another round. Now look at this. Do you see this round object? It's actually coming from around the underside of the sun as it gets pushed. See that? It's coming out from underneath the sun, and there it is, lit up. Lit up on this side. You see it coming? Can you see it coming from underneath, from the opposite side, coming around this way, and then it gets pushed off. And then look at all that time we just missed. 4 hours, over 4 hours of data, because they don't want you to see it. They spliced it out, but you can still see the back end here. Now, here's the comet. Oh, look, we're missing more data. Why are we all of a sudden jumping ahead, folks? I mean, geez Louise, from almost 10 a.m. Oh, wait a minute. From 11 o'clock, from 11:30 last night to almost 10 o'clock today. Yeah, that's a lot of time. That's 11 hours. What in the heck? What happened in 11 hours? What didn't they want us to see? I don't know. But, yeah, there's all kinds of UFOs still. Like, there's 2 there. 1, 2. Oh, there's another one there. Oh, look, there's our 3 friends. How you doing, guys? There's something fishy going on. Then checking this out here on, this is stereo ahead, corner graph 2 with the filter difference. Look at this here. You see it right here, this round object coming out from underneath the sun. And then it gets lit up. And the next thing you know, boop. There's that missing time again. This one's from 3:23 yesterday morning to 8:38. So there's quite a bit of time missing. And then here it comes, up and over. And then there's that time missing again. Yep, from 11:23 to 10:53. Folks, that's 11 hours of data, almost 12 hours. That's a lot of data right there. Goodness. So, and by the way, we're actually witnessing a very rare event to have one comet passing in front of 2 different satellites for double confirmation. LASCO C2 or C3 and stereo ahead. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to get it on LASCO C2 or not, which is in red. In fact, we can give it a quick check see, but I don't know if we're going to see it. Here, to spare you guys, I looked on LASCO C2 and I did not see it yet. However, here's something else that's interesting. We just showed you Comet 96P. But how many of you guys knew about this guy, Comet ZTF? ZTF at perihelion. Okay? Now, once again, this comet hasn't been this hot in 50,000 years. Well, that's the same thing as Comet 96P with its closest approach to Earth. What? That's weird. That's 2 different comets. Now, check this out. Solar heat has turned it into an easy target for backyard telescopes. However, whoops, scroll down here with me. Soon strike almost after perihelion, Comet ZTF heads towards Earth for a close approach on February 1st. That's tomorrow. This will brighten the comet even more to a projected peak of magnitude of +5, which means you can see it with the naked eye. It is visible with the naked eye, binoculars, and small telescopes. Between now and then, look for Comet ZTF before sunrise in the constellation Corona Borealis. Let me show you guys that real quick. Right. And right here we are looking at the Big Dipper. Okay, so first thing in the morning when you get up, this is before sunrise, you're going to look for the Big Dipper. Okay, now depending on where you live, depends on where it's going to be in the sky for you. Okay, look for the Big Dipper. You can actually download Skyview app and you can find the Big Dipper that way. And then from the handle of the Big Dipper, look to your left and you'll see the Booties constellation, which is this one right here. Almost looks like a Cancer cell, kind of like a diamond head, and then it's got the 2 legs. Okay, and this is where Arcturus is. In fact, on Skyview you can find Arcturus, which is one of the brightest stars in the morning sky, night sky, depending on the time. But Arcturus is right here. So from the Big Dipper, you just pan left, and you'll see this little U shape, just like a horseshoe. Okay, this is the Corona Borealis, and this right here, this will be where the green Kachina is going to be, or yeah, the green Kachina. So if you get up early enough and you don't have clouds like we do where I'm at, it is just cloudy and rainy and crappy and super cold, and it's going to be like this for a couple days. It's almost like they don't want us to see this. It's really kind of weird. It's very interesting. I'm like, okay, it's just really weird. I heard some other stuff on financial things, but whatever. That's the Corona Borealis, folks. Now, something else I found, we did have an eruption the other day, and I've been expecting some form, shape, or fashion of a glancing blow, and it's looking like we might be getting that glancing blow right here. That we got that early this morning. We saw all of a sudden a quick snap up in speed. You know, that we did kind of snap down below -6, so we were in a small geomagnetic storm level 1, which is really small, and it was for a very short time, and it looks like our geomagnetic poles did recover from that. So density was up for a minute, and then it came right back down, and then crashed down again, then kind of up. So yeah, I think we already had our impact, so I'm not too worried about it. Over here on Euphoria, on this European Space Agency, did show a possibility of a glancing blow, which would have been today, and it was like right here, but it was kind of south of us, so it wasn't really hitting us. It would have been hitting stereo head possibly. So this is us right here, this little blue dot. So I don't think we're going to get much of it. And the Enlil model did not show anything, so I think we're going to be all right with that. Now, quick last little observation. Here I'm looking at stereo head EUVI, 195 angstroms of light. What is that? Like, y'all see that? Now watch this. Next frame, it looks like it moves over here, and then over here. So it's this little white dot, and then it's got this triangle in front of it. Now look at this. Here it is again, but it's facing this way. Triangle in front of it, these two black dots behind it, and a white dot in the middle. And then here it is again. Like, which direction is it facing? What the heck is that? Can anybody tell me what that is? I don't know. Leave a comment what you think it is. To be able to move like that, I'm not so sure about that. In fact, there's more than just that one. They're all over. And I mean, they are all over this thing. There's a lot of stuff going on through this one. I mean, look, here's two of them down here. Here's two more right here. Bending light almost, because this is the way that this scope works, or the satellite works, as it's looking through this in an angstrom of light, something has to be blocking it or bending the light for you to not be able to see the light that the sun is emitting here. What can do that? I wonder. So keep your eyes open, no fear, and remember that love is the only way forward. Solar Wolf out.